Hello and welcome to the Car Care channel, and welcome back to the 600,000 mile Lexus project, which in the last episode we said we were gonna tuck her away for the winter because I don't want it to turn salty and rusty. Literally the day I released that video, the body shop called and said, hey, we can take you next week. I had to actually push them one more week because we didn't have the time to get the car ready for that. So in today's video, we're gonna prep this car for the body shop, just for you to get a kind of an idea on the time frame here. Today is Thursday, it is 6 p.m. and we are filming this. Tomorrow, first thing in the morning, I will take this car to the body shop and we'll get a lot done. Let me walk you through what the plan is and everything right after this. So the first thing the body shop will do, or what I have decided to do, and they're going to do it, we're going to replace the entire front bumper. After much deliberation with them, they told me it was going to take them quite a bit of labor to get this right. Now we can just throw some paint on it, make it look worse than it is right now and call it a day. I don't want to do that. I want my car to look nice. So it's going to take me a lot more labor to do this than the cost of a new bumper, and the best results are usually with no bumper cover. So we're just going to replace it. So I'm going to remove it today, get some stuff off of it and send it like that. And then the hood is going to get painted. It has a lot of rock chips in the front, 600,000 miles worth of. So they're going to actually paint this. It has a few dings and dents that we're going to also take care of while we're there. So I'm going to strip this hood and get it ready. We're going to keep it on the car, but also the rocker molding at the bottom, it's all discolored and looks horrible. I'm going to remove it off the car. They're going to paint it. Same thing with the mirrors. And then the trunk. Let's go talk about the trunk for a second there. So for the trunk, this car was hit in the back. This bumper is pushed in. I don't know what we're going to find behind it. The trunk is also pushed in. So we're kind of at a crossroad at the body shop. Are we going to need to replace this trunk? They're going to try to repair it. If not, we're going to replace the trunk lid itself. Bumper, I already got a new OEM bumper. New, like this little trim chrome piece, whatever you want to call it. They're going to paint it and we're going to assemble. That's how we work with the body shop. But in order to do that, we have to remove everything in the trunk that we just put a few weeks back. And some of you have asked, why are you putting stuff and taking them out? Here is the problem. I have too many cars and I only have a 2-car garage and I can't leave cars in the shop disassembled, disabled and pushed to the side until we get to filming the next video. So this has been the dance. Put the car together, then take it all apart again so we can continue working on things. That's just how this is. I gotta get these cars drivable and usable. We do use this car actually. So without further ado, let us tear into the trunk. Full disclaimer, I have not done many bumpers on LS430s. And I can already feel like these clips are just gonna, okay, they're LS430 style clips. I'm not even gonna bother with these clips. They have seen better days, so we're gonna do the not car care nut way of just, okay, well, I guess even that's not gonna work. Oh, that worked. because these clips, I can already tell they're and this particular one is not gonna happen. I'm just gonna cut it. Things are falling. Well, there's some 600,000 mile worth of rocks, I guess. Bolt here. Lots of things are falling. This is probably, I feel like there's a little reinforcement here. Yeah, just sitting there. That does not look very happy. That is all broken. Well, could be worse, could be worse, could be better. Like this side. This side is solid. Okay, well, I got more shopping to do. I think, this is a very nervous I think, that's all we need to get underneath here. Okay. Yeah, I should probably stop doing that. It's gonna make a mess in the shop. But this is just loaded up with dirt. Oh my God. You live in a dirt road or something? Because that's a lot of dirt over here. What I'm trying to get at is, do we have bolts up there? Yes, we do. I see one. I see only one. Hopefully. How about this side? I see one. I see one and only. So, I'm gonna have to find a way to get to that bolt. So you're probably wondering at this point, or not, where is my nice Milwaukee Impact that I can go? Why am I using this? Usually I use my Milwaukee Impact for this. Well, I left it at the Green Line Cruiser. It's all the way up. There's a car underneath it. It's going to take us so long to get the tools. So I'm just going to try and see what I do without it. What would happen if mechanics don't have their impacts? Where are you? Right there. I see it. Is it going to come up? Now, long socket, round 2. Let's try this again. I think we have liftoff. Yes and no. Okay. I think that's better. Why don't you come down? Yes, we have success. There's 7 pounds of sand. Okay, one more to go. Ooh. This is not going to be fun to remove this one. I can just tell. How are we going to do this? Well, there is a clip here I could remove. Okay, that's a lot of stuff falling off this car. Okay, they're gonna be done falling. They're not gonna fall now, you're gonna fall later in my face. So, oh my God, it's just caked in here, this stuff. And definitely have to clean this before I watch this. Yeah, there's a lot more falling. I wonder if we're gonna get better gas mileage after this. Okay, are you done now? Let's try it. Where is my bolt? There's a lot more and I see it. I feel like we're gonna have to, before we allow this car back in the shop, I need to hose it down really good. I just wonder what we're gonna find behind this bumper. Now I'm even more curious. But with that, I think our bumper is loose. So let's lower the car and yeah, we'll see if that's all it is. Feels pretty loose now. It's dropping a lot of stuff though. Let's just lower it down and see what happens. Technically, there should be a bunch of bolts and this bumper comes out. But again, technically. And again, in the typical fashion of the LS430 being extremely overbuilt, I don't think I've seen a lot of bumpers that have this many bolts holding it. Usually, you're lucky to have like 3-4 bolts holding the whole thing on. Now this one has a lot more than 3 or 4. So, yeah. That part of they don't build cars like this anymore. Sometimes you pay for it. Okay, last 3. Ooh, that sounded like the sound of things about to break. They didn't. Now it's stuck. There we go. Somebody's been here. Of course, this car has been hit in the back. So I see sealer here. Well, there's only one thing for it. Yep. There it goes. We have liftoff. We have half liftoff. We have liftoff. And that does not look good. Yeah, this thing, yeah. Yeah, that is. Yeah, this has seen better days. I think we're gonna need one of these life-saving foams. You know what? Now that I got this foam out, and again, don't take my advice as a baddie person. Doesn't look a lot. And as soon as I said that, I saw it. Let me try to show you what actually happened here, because I think that's what it is. So, if you look at this, it starts like this. This is actually supposed to come out more. It's actually pushed in. So, I wonder if the body shop will want to fix this or replace it, the actual bumper part. We're gonna find out, but I'm more worried about the structure of the trunk. I think this is gonna need to be pulled, and we're gonna find out what they say about it. It's either gonna be this needs to be pulled or the trunk lid itself is bent. Although they looked at it and they didn't say much, but this is definitely a possibility right here. I'm gonna leave it like this. I'm not gonna clean it too much because they're gonna be working and pulling and doing. But let me show you a few things, because you remember this car when we looked at the inside. Quarter panel has been replaced. Let me show you how that looks like. This is the quarter panel that was replaced. I'm happy to announce that it has been replaced with an original one. So see Toyota badging right here. However, it is this. See that? That's actually rust starting to form here. I'm trying to push on it. No, it's just surface. Nothing is rotten. So we're gonna have to do something about this. The seam sealer right here that seals this panel with this panel. They did not apply it very well, and it is rusting. This is not a rust belt car, folks, but the amount of dirt here is unbelievable. This is what hides behind your car panels, folks. This one's stuff. We're gonna have to really go to town cleaning this before we install the bumper. Not gonna do anything right now because it's gonna be all dusty and all over the place. And we want to really, I don't want to clean this, for example, before we might even have to replace it. But I'm noticing, you see this white stuff? That's actually oxidation. Surprising to see that in a car that's not technically a rusty car. But not too bad. I think we are pretty much wrapped up here. We will move on to the rocker panels to get those out, and then the mirrors last, and we're all set. But before we move on to that, I just looked at this. I was inspecting it off camera. This is the part of the overbuilt of the LS. Usually this is just a little foam that just literally helps the shape of the actual bumper cover. This one has a little metal bar. Wonder what this exactly does, but I've carried it and I noticed it was extremely heavy because it has, this is a very strong piece of metal. Folks, I don't see why this needs to be here, other than when you get a tiny impact, this actually doesn't let the bumper buckle. That's the only thing I can think of why this is here. And this is totally over, like, unnecessarily there, because I've never seen I've removed a lot of these. We remove bumpers, but never seen this before. That's pretty interesting to see that. So to remove these rocker moldings, or however you want to call them, there's a bunch of clips. Now, all the ones on this side are missing, so we'll get some new ones, but I see one right here. Is this gonna come out? These love to break. Oh, wow. I am shocked right now. This actually came out in one piece. I'm gonna order new ones because I don't think, yeah, that's usually what I'm expecting. Why is it still holding? Oh, there it is. Now the lift is holding this up, and I know the one here is missing, but let's do the other side and we'll keep going. That's not the last of them. There's one more here, but it is covered by the lift arm, so we're gonna have to take it off once the car is down. This is loose. All right, I think we're ready. Let's remove a few more bolts, and I think that should do it. There are two 4mm hex bolts right here, which I am thinking the first one should come out easily. But the second one, are we gonna have to remove this wheel to remove you? Let's find out. Talked to the body shop. Initially, I was like, isn't it easier for you to paint this on the car? He's like, no. Better off the car. Are you gonna come out? Oh, that came out. Good. That's one less thing we gotta do. Okay. Oh. Okay. All right. Well, there's going to be a festival when we remove these. Let's do the same in the front, both sides, and we're ready to go. Well, initially I thought we were going to have to remove these, but these are for this, and we're not removing this, removing this. And this, by the way, is the reason I want to get these done. They're so road rash like this that there's just no fixing that. The paint is gone here, basically, from 600,000 miles of driving. This one, I think it'll clean up. The car is very dirty right now, but I think this will clean up because I've cleaned it before and turned out pretty good. So let's do, I guess, one more rear one, and we're pretty much ready. Pull the collar down and get this out. We only have these left. And then a lot more left because this is an LS. Nothing is built simply in this car. Everything is overbuilt. Okay. Let's see, this one is, oh, I mean, oh my God. We're gonna have to clean this entire shop after this. This is literally loaded with mud behind it. Okay, let's get this car down. Let's get these out. So there's a series of screws that go all the way across, of course. Let's see if they want to come out. Oh, okay, okay. I like that. We're best friends right now. I was ready for this to be a giant battle of us drilling stuff, but I can do this. I almost wanted to say it spoke too soon. Yeah. Wow. This is not going to be a fight, Jose. We're actually going to go home in the same day. That's not bad. Let's get the back ones. And of course, the minute we switched to this shot, Jose was like, why don't you wait till we're done to say that? And he's right. Okay, 2 more screws. Are my eyes seeing what you all are seeing? This thing just wants to fall off. Is it really that? Okay, okay. Well, we have half a lift off. Let me see if I can get the other side to do the same. I think we're good. Okay, we have a problem. We have a problem. So this goes underneath this, so I guess we do have to remove these. So Jose thinks if we remove this bolt, this thing will drop. I don't think so. We're gonna find out who had the good guess. Jose, you're right. I'm not right, because this does screw this in, but the big channel won't slide until you pop this entire thing off. So let's just not break more stuff. I mean, this car already has enough broken stuff. Let's just do it the long, safe route. Okay, I think that should be enough. There it is. We have liftoff, and the state of Washington. If you are missing half your dirt and your soil, we found it. It's here. Here's this thing, which is actually 2 pieces. And here's the, yeah. We are making a huge mess in the shop today. I have to say that. We're painting this because you notice this completely just from the road rash is completely gone. And it has scratches all over it, and this one especially is really bad. So there's one side. We're gonna work off camera on the other side. I'll just show you a quick sneak peek of it. And then we'll move on to the next thing, and this thing should be ready. Looks off. And I was worried, because this is the side that's been hit. I was worried that when we take this apart, I'm going to find everything completely covered with rust. No, looks pretty good. And as soon as I said that, I saw, no, this is not rust. This is just more of state of Washington's finest dirt, mold and mildew as well, but you know, that's okay. So next, we're going to remove the mirror, which involves removing the door panel again. So you guys have seen this already, so let's do a little magic trick. Much better. So it is all apart, and we are ready for the body shop, hopefully. I feel like the body shop is really not going to like our car, because it's going to fill their very actually nice facility, and you guys will see it in the next video. We'll film a little bit there. It's going to fill their shop with dirt. I'm a very difficult customer. I have to say that, especially when it comes to cars. I like to get back what I put in the world, so I hope they don't end up regretting working with me on this, because this body shop, I've sent some customers, we've done some work with them, but this is the first time they work on one of my personal cars that I care about a lot. So Before we move on though, these are the new parts. So that's the front bumper. It is original. We got also the rear bumper and the trim, the chrome trim that goes around it. Did you know something interesting, that the trim chrome that goes around it is actually the same for the front and rear bumper? It's beyond me how that is the case, because that looks like a lot longer than the front one. But I think these are like a standard length, and you put them and then cut the end and fit it. Guess we're gonna find that out in the next episode when this is all gonna be very nice and pretty, hopefully. And we put it all back together, and hopefully everything is good. One thing I will actually ask the body shop about is, if I can open it, of course it's locked, is this. You know, step in this. This area right there. See it on the body? It's like all scratched up. I'm wondering if they can do something about that, and I would love if they do, because that's the only thing that is left that is kind of ugly. Although this is the least used door for us in the left-hand drive world, but it's ready. The only thing I forgot is the grill. You guys already seen how that grill comes off, so gonna remove that, and it's ready for the body shop. Folks, I hope this video perhaps was not helpful or informative, but I hope it was fun to watch. It's coming along, folks. It is now, I want to say 99% done, but as soon as I said that, something else broke in this car and it's back to 95% done. But after the body work, we have little odds and ends, and it's done. I'm satisfied with it at that point. Drives great, smells great on the inside, the interior is holding up. There are a few things that we're gonna go over, and the last thing that gets us to that top 1%, and I say 1% is not something small, something huge. Gotta work on the paint a little bit, the original paint, so it might go back to Jason, Chicago Auto Pros, if he'll take us again, because this was a massive undertaking, and they did such a good job. By the way, guys, I have to give him another shout out. Jason is awesome. Follow his channel. I'll leave his link in the description. Folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. And until the next one, when we work on this and get the whole thing back together, get it 100% complete, may the Lord bless you and keep you, and you have yourself a wonderful day. Very scary to drive cars without a mirror. We have sprung a small oil leak. Remember, this is an LS460. Did I just say LS460? I am sorry I offended you. I am so sorry.